evening, everybody. It is once again Ted the Speed Learner, and I am here once again to declare the winner of the video response wars this week, which just so happens to be Crazy Josh Cravey. Congratulations, Crazy Josh Cravey. You are the winner of the video response wars this week, and the first thing I would like to say is that I'm deeply touched that you nominated me for the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, and I have seriously thought about doing the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Now, the first thing I'll say after that is this. I wasn't sure that anyone would nominate me. And here are some reasons why. Number one, a lot of people know that I work in retail and I can't just necessarily respond right away when somebody drops a challenge like this. Another reason why I think some people hesitated to nominate me is because they know that I'm a trendsetter. I'm not necessarily a lemming, okay? I usually set the pace, not follow the pace. And I know there's been some people who have done this ALS Ice Bucket Challenge solely because it's trendy. And people know that I don't just necessarily do trendy things. Okay. Now, I know you did it for a sincere reason, but there are some people in the world that are doing it just because it's trendy. And I don't believe in doing things just because it's trendy. See what I mean? So I think that's another reason why people didn't necessarily nominate me for the Ice Bucket Challenge, because they know that I don't just follow the trends. Okay. So, will I or won't I do the Ice Bucket Challenge? Well, I've been thinking about it. I really have. I haven't quite made my decision yet, but I will tell you the following things. Number one, I'm not going to stand here and say, hey, I'm not doing the Ice Bucket Challenge because I believe that we should be saying Jesus loves you instead of doing the Ice Bucket Challenge. I've seen this in videos. I'm not kidding you. I've actually seen this in videos. And I'm sitting here going, wait a minute, what? What, you can't have the Ice Bucket Challenge and just make sure you have a sign in your front yard that says Jesus loves you or ask me about Jesus or something like that? You can't do that at the same time? I think you can. Sure, you can have the Ice Bucket Challenge as the water and the ice is dropped on your head. You can say, and by the way, Jesus loves you, and you could ask me all about it. What better way to get attention for what you are wanting to spread in the line of the gospel of Jesus than this? It shows you can relate to others. And when you can relate, isn't that what Jesus did? He related to people, and that's what brought them to Jesus? Think about that. You can do both. Nothing says you can't do both. So there you go. Another cheesy reason that people do not do the Ice Bucket Challenge is, hey, it's a waste of water. Wait a minute. If you're a Christian and you believe that God controls the water supply, well, that's an easy answer. Just go outside, dump the water on your head. God himself will evaporate all the water and the ice, and he'll send the water to where it needs to go. See what I mean? And God has appointed people on this earth to keep the water clean so that people get clean water. Shoot, you could donate $10 to ALS and $10 to a clean water charity all at the same time. Nothing says you can't do that. If you want to put $10 in an offering plate right afterwards to clean up your conscience, go right ahead. See what I mean? That's another dumb reason not to do the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Another one I've been seeing on the internet is, well, they contribute to embryonic stem cell research. Well, you know what? There are people right now researching ALS using adult stem cells instead of embryonic stem cells. So contribute to them instead of to the ones that contribute to the embryonic stem cells. But don't not do the challenge. Go ahead and do it. Okay? See what I mean? Now, here are some decent reasons not to do the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge if you decide not to. Now, I haven't decided yet whether I am or am not. But for those that decide not to, here are some good reasons not to do it. Okay, number one, I feel that you should be able to relate to a charity. Okay? Now, the first thing is, I have never met anybody with ALS. Never have. However, I have met people suffering from cancer. That's why I do the Relay for Life stuff. I actually have relatives right now, and even friends, who are right now in the military. That's a fact. I have friends and relatives who have actually been in the military. So that's why my family donates to Wounded Warriors. See what I mean? So I can relate to those two charities. It's a little harder for me to relate to ALS. I know what ALS is. I know it's a debilitating disease, but I've never met anybody with ALS. I don't know anybody right now that has ALS. Okay? I know people who have had cancer. I have relatives and friends who are in the military, so donating to those charities would be natural for me. But ALS is a little different story. See what I mean? Now, another decent reason for not doing the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is that there are other charities out there who are seeing a decrease in funding all because of ALS. People are donating so much money to ALS that they're not donating to anybody else. Okay? And the reason I know this is because I am working with people right now, especially with homeless shelters. I work with homeless shelters, okay? And they are trying to arrange it so that the people in the homeless shelters are given the opportunity to watch my videos so that we can end, finally, eviction, starvation, and bullyism. Okay? They're trying to make the arrangements so these people can see my videos so they get educated out of poverty. Now, without those donations, they can't do that. So, because their charities are suffering in the line of lack of donations, it would give me a decent reason if I decided not to do it. It would give me a decent reason not to. Say, you know what? I feel that these charities need more money right now because they're not getting near as much money from other people because they're too busy donating to ALS. So if you are going to donate to ALS, my suggestion is go ahead and do the Ice Bucket Challenge, donate your $10, and then the next week make sure to donate your next $10 to some other charity. See what I mean? So, now, the final point I'm going to make is this. I spend a lot of time here on YouTube helping those facing eviction, starvation, and bullyism through my videos. So I contribute a lot of my time. Okay, this is valuable time I'm contributing to try to end all this. Let me tell you something. If I get people educated enough, then they can go get decent paying jobs, and then because they're not worried about finances anymore, they can then donate to ALS. They can be the ones to do the Ice Bucket Challenge. So my efforts there are making it possible for them to participate in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. So even if I don't donate, they can, if they so choose to do so. I've actually enabled them to do that. They couldn't have done that otherwise. So see how the ripple effect works? By me educating them and getting them back into good paying jobs, then they can take some of the money that they're getting from these good paying jobs and donate that to ALS. That way I don't have to. So, the real question comes down to whether I will or will not do the Ice Bucket Challenge. I'm not decided at this point. I might not. If I do, it will be done in a unique way. And I'm not going to stop donating to Wounded Warriors, and I'm not going to stop donating to Relay for Life because they donated to ALS. I'm not going to cut them down to support ALS. See what I mean? Because I honestly believe in Relay for Life. I honestly believe in Wounded Warriors. That's because I can relate to both of those charities. And more importantly, I will continue the education on this YouTube channel, which will enable people, if they want to donate to ALS, now they'll have the ability to do it because they'll have decent paying jobs, they'll be in warm homes, they'll have nice cars, they'll be able to do things they've never been able to do before. You see what I mean? So through me, they may now have an ability to participate in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge because I've enabled them to do it. Interesting reasoning, huh? So, if you happen to turn on your YouTube sometime and you see me do the Ice Bucket Challenge, it's because I've decided that I can still help the wounded warriors, I can still help the Relay for Life, I can still do all the stuff for the eviction, starvation, and bullyism bit, and I decided to give a little time to that as well. Okay. But if I do it, I haven't said whether I will or not, but if I do manage to do it, I will be a trendsetter. I won't just do it any old way. No siree, Bob. I'm going to set the trend. Yeah. That's right. I'm going to do it in such a unique way that it will actually set the trend rather than follow the trend. And as you can already see, I'm already trying to set the trend by wearing this nice little hat. Yeah. So, remember, I'm not a lemming, I'm a leader. And that's what I do. Alright, so congratulations, Crazy Josh Cravey. You did an excellent job on the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Very good work. And I do want to thank you very, very much for nominating me for the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. And you may just see a video on that. Hopefully soon. Anyway, I will tell you more in a future video, so I want you to stay tuned.